Hello, my name is Dr. John Mulford, Superintendent of the West Plains School District. I would like to welcome you to the 2013-2014 Substitute Teacher Training. Upon arrival at the school building that you will be substituting at, we ask that you try to arrive 25 minutes prior to the start of class. Check in at the main office when you arrive, and it is there that you will pick up your keys as well as your substitute packet for the day. Inside your substitute packet should be class rosters, lesson plans, enrichment activities, and any other pertinent information that you may need to be aware of for the day's activities. Once you have checked in at the office, we ask that you take some time to review the lesson plans for the day. We ask that you also consult your neighboring teachers when you have questions regarding those lesson plans. In most instances, you'll be surrounded by teachers of the same grade level or content area. It is important that you become familiar with the learning objectives prior to the start of the school day. Accurate school attendance is important for record keeping within each building. We ask that you take attendance at the beginning of class, complete an absentee slip for students who are absent, and have that slip delivered to the office. You can deliver this office on your lunch break, in between classes, or feel free to use a trustworthy student to deliver the absentee slip at the beginning of the hour. Some basic rules that apply in almost all buildings and in all classrooms are that no food and drinks should be in the classroom except during designated times, such as snack times or breakfast in the classroom. We do allow bottled water in the classroom as long as students are able to act in a responsible manner with that, and it should also be closed. Closely monitor the use of technology when you're in a room where technology is present. Before serving as a substitute teacher, please become familiar with the building handbooks. These handbooks are available on the district website underneath each building's individual page. We ask that you communicate with the teacher, leave notes about each class, both positive and negative. Make sure that students leave the classroom in order. Always have them pick up trash before exiting. Remember that you will assume all duties for the teacher you are substituting for. Professionalism is valued in the West Plains School District. We ask that all substitute teachers dress in a professional manner. Jeans and t-shirts are not appropriate throughout the week. Acting in a professional manner is also very important. Buddying up with students is not appropriate. Remember, you are the authority figure. It's also important to establish professional expectations with all students, especially those whom you know outside of the normal school day. The district's social media policy can be found in the employee handbook on the district website underneath the Human Resources Department. We ask that you please review that policy in detail. Remember that substitute teachers or any school personnel should not communicate with students via texting, Facebook, or any other social media outlets. Let's talk about the things that we want to see our substitute teachers doing when they're on our campus. First of all, be sure to greet students as they enter your classroom. It is important that you set the stage for the day by a positive interaction with all students. While in the classroom, encourage positive behaviors. Often as human beings, we tend to focus on the negative things that others do. When you encourage positive behaviors, you will find that most students want to please the teacher, and the number of positive actions will increase in the classroom. Always try to maintain a positive classroom environment. This positive classroom environment is a direct reflection of your attitude while in the classroom. Please follow the teacher's instructions and lesson plans. It is important that you do not veer from the plans left by the teacher. It is okay, however, to add additional activities once the activities and lessons are completed that the teacher has left. Be sure to follow all school and district policies while on campus. Even if students say that policy is not enforced, make sure that you follow the policy. Use common sense in all settings. Always take care of students. Look out for the needs of students, but do the right thing. Circulate within the classroom to monitor student engagement. This is very important. Once an assignment is given, we do not want to see our teachers sitting up front at the desk. Move within the classroom to ensure the students are doing what they are supposed to do and to provide accurate, timely feedback as needed. Now let's talk about some things that we do not want to see our substitute teachers doing. Yelling and screaming in the classroom is never appropriate. It is important that in all situations, substitute teachers remain composed and communicate in a calm manner. Sarcasm should never be used in dealing with students. Even when used in a joking manner, sarcasm can hurt feelings and discourage our young people. Physical interaction with students is never appropriate. This would include inappropriate physical interaction of the intimate nature as well as disciplinary action. All disciplinary action should be handled by the administrator if it escalates to a point where physical interaction might be required. Students should never be left unattended. Make sure that you are in the classroom on duty, whatever the situation is, plenty of time before the students arrive. Students should never be allowed to be off task. When a learning objective is given to the class, circulate the rooms to ensure student engagement. Encourage students to participate in the activity. Ask them if they need help. Don't allow them, however, to sit there idle. We do not want to see our substitute teachers on their cell phones or disengaged during instructional time. If a teacher is sitting at the desk and reading a book or talking on the cell phone, then they are not able to ensure that students are engaged in the lesson. Please remember we are there to teach kids. Take time to ensure that learning is taking place. All substitute teachers will be paid on the 15th of each month via direct deposit. When working half a day or less, a substitute teacher will be paid $35. When working over half a day, the pay will be $70 per day. It is important that you keep track of the days that you work and that you compare this with your gross salary once you receive your paycheck. A new requirement for substitute teachers for the 2013-14 school year is that each substitute will be limited to 4 days per week, except in the case of a long-term substitute situation. Additionally, all substitutes will be required to use the time clock to clock in and clock out each day. Additionally, substitutes are expected to clock out during the lunch hour and the off hour of the teacher. These new requirements are a result of the tracking that districts must do to comply with the new healthcare regulations. Each building has a secretary designated for scheduling substitute teachers. Once you have completed all paperwork and trainings, your name will be added to the list of eligible substitute teachers. The secretaries will use this list as a guide when calling to schedule for teacher absences. I would encourage you to take time to stop by each building's main office and introduce yourself to the secretarial staff so that they can put a face to a name. In order to be used as a substitute teacher in the West Plains School District, you must qualify for and be awarded a substitute teaching certificate from the Missouri Department of Education. This includes a completed background check that has been approved by the department. You also must complete the district online substitute teacher training, complete all required insurance trainings, which you can receive from the administrative office, and those are conducted online, and you must complete and submit all paperwork required by the payroll office. Remember, we are educating kids every day. As a substitute teacher, your role is to ensure that learning is taking place. Come ready to help students learn. I would highly recommend being prepared with a few activities that you can use in the case that you find yourself with extra time at the end of class. If you need help with some of these activities, feel free to contact my office as well as the various buildings, and they will be happy to assist you with developing a contingency plan to ensure that students are fully engaged throughout the educational day. Thank you for being willing to be a substitute teacher in the West Plains School District. We look forward to an exciting school year, and our administrators will do everything they can to assist you throughout the year.